Welcome back to Chaos Corner. It's your old buddy, the guardian of chaos, Big Daddy. And I tell it like it is. I'll say that to say this. Coming to you live to tape, 25 feet below the surface of the earth. Here representing the dome. I want to give a big shout out before we start the program here today to my old buddy, Valley Ho, Mr. Rotella, and the dome. You're not going to want to miss it. If you're not subscribed to Adam Rotella Streams on Rumble, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what to tell you. If you want to talk about being in tune with the current state of affairs on what's going on in the world of politics, which really isn't my gig, but you understand what's going on in this country right now. So I just want to pay homage and give big props. If you want to stay informed and be a part of the dome and build the dome, then go see Adam Rotella Streams on Rumble. You're not going to want to miss it because the GOC is over at Rotella Streams Monday through Friday on Rumble live. I believe it's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll say it again. If you want to find out what's going on in the current state of affairs, in the chaotic world of what's going on, and we know how crazy and insane it is out there, I want you to go follow my buddy, Mr. Rotella, and join the dome. Ballyho! So let's move on, fans. I can't thank you enough, IWC, for being here with the GOC. Today is going to be news, notes, a mishmash here on Chaos Corner. We're going to talk about everything under the sun and under the moon that you could think of, especially the BS ratings of PWI and Pro Wrestling Illustrated, which I've been a fan of for over 40 years. Come on back, get off all the other social media platforms, and come back here to the Guardian of Chaos on the YouTube channel. Follow me on X in real time at Big Daddy GOC. And the GOC stands for the Guardian of Chaos. That's right, on X. Follow me on Instagram, the Guardian of Chaos. Follow me on Facebook. I have 2 accounts. That's right, 2. No, I'm not Dick Nixon or Donald King. And the 2 accounts are Jay Brony. That's right, Jabroni. Jay Brony. And Protigio Fidelis El Guardian. Follow me on Gitter, Gab, Truth Social, Rumble. I cover it all in the IWC. I don't know how long we'll go today, fans. It's a special edition here on Friday, heading into the first weekend of August. And with that being said, tomorrow night, that's right, Saturday night, live, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bell time, it's Bash at the Brewery 3 down at the Armada Brewing Company in the Elm City. You're not going to want to miss this one. Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. That's right, the Paradise 4. 4 men that worked for the WWF and WCW, and you know who they are. From 84 to 92 in the WWF. Current trainer and owner of Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, Mr. Mario Mancini. Head trainer, 4 Horsemen, Power and Glory, Pretty Wonderful, Young Stallions, and that would be Pretty Paul Roma. 2nd generation grappler, trained in the basement by his mother and father and legendary cousin Roberto Soto, and that would be Mr. Paul Perez. And of course, the big man at 6'6" and near 400 pounds, Big Dave Paradise, aka Big Steve Tracy. Those are the Paradise 4. And this Saturday night, live, as I said, it's Armada Brewing Company for Bash at the Brewery 3. All the young lions will be there. All the rookies will be there. All the students will be there. All the heroes and legends and veterans and current stars in the world of professional wrestling will be in the Elm City for Bash at the Brewery 3. You're not going to want to miss this one. I say it all the time. In the shadows of the legendary Q Bridge outdoor event tomorrow night. So fans, Now that I have all the greetings and salutations out of the way, I'm still recovering from last weekend's class of 2023 New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. What a night! What a weekend! Legendary nights with the GOC. So I have a few things. I'm not going to get into all the bullshit with AEW and the women's locker room and what's going on with all the stuff and quotes and statements that's coming out of the women's locker room and different cliques and everyone from Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Jamie Hayter and Thunder Rosa and Saraya, a.k.a. Paige, and everything else that's going on in the women's locker room. You know, the independent grappler Lufisto came out and had a lot to say. You know, we talk about everybody from Chris Statlander on down. So there's a lot of turmoil amongst women's wrestling in the AEW locker room, as well as the WWE locker room. There's all kinds of chicanery. And when you're putting 3 and 4 women's matches on these shows and pay-per-view events, I'm going to be honest, I love women's wrestling. I have a lot of respect for the women that step in the ring. Anybody that steps in the ring, I respect. But it doesn't really put asses in the seats. Let's call it like we see it. Let's tell it like it is, which is what I do. Whether you like it or not, change the channel. I really don't care. You can change the channel. But women's wrestling, great athletes, top tier athletes, but they don't put asses in the seats. And for all you geeks and dweebs and neckbeards and mouth breathers and everybody else, well, I guess I'm a mouth breather too. Everybody else out there, I don't know what you're talking about when it comes to women's wrestling. If they're good, if they're qualified, if they're stars, they're on the card. But women's wrestling is not at the top of the marquee. It just isn't. Trying to force it, women's wrestling deserves better, hashtag and all that stuff. Putting them in the main event, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't qualify for me. But it doesn't mean that they're not top-notch athletes and they don't have their place in this business, because they do. Very, very important. And again, I love women's wrestling. But it's not what it's all about in the world of professional wrestling. And that's my opinion. I'm just going to tell it like it is. I've been perusing a lot through a magazine that I grew up on for years and years, probably 40 years. I believe I started buying my wrestling magazines probably in the 70s. And here we are in 2023, as I said, in the first weekend of August. So I have, not the latest edition, but this is dated for October of 2023. And can you believe, and it's on display until August 22nd of this month, obviously. They're charging $8 for this magazine. Can you believe what's going on? Because I know I can't. So here's the cover, and then we're going to go to the ratings. They have 74 top prospects that are profiled in here. PWI remembers superstar Billy Graham, rest in peace. AEW Year 5 here in 2023. A Saturday night's all right for fighting. So let's see what happens. I may do this in a 2-parter. I have several appointments today. We got a lot going on here in Chaos headquarters. So we're going to take a look at this, and then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to talk about, and I know it's a work. I get it. It's pro wrestling. Kayfabe isn't alive, and I wish it was. But we're going to talk about the rankings and the ratings and the BS that I'm going to call out on Pro Wrestling Illustrated. So fans, don't go anywhere. I'm coming right back for part 2. This is my opening monologue for Chaos Corner. We're about coming up on almost 10 minutes in. I want you to come back to Guardian of Chaos, the mothership, here on YouTube. You're not going to want to miss it. Over 2.2 thousand videos here on the channel. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, inbox me. Let's have some fun. Go to the community page on my YouTube channel, and you'll see hundreds of photos, especially from the Hall of Fame this past weekend, with every star that you can think of. And again, leave a comment, share this with your friends, and come on back to Chaos Corner. You're not going to want to miss this episode. Breaking down Pro Wrestling Illustrated. What a joke. Don't you dare miss it.